The Legend of Zelda, motherfuckers! You know about it, I know about it, everybody fucking knows about it. But here's the thing, I just finished playing this game because for some reason I gave myself the arbitrary challenge of playing every single canon Zelda game. Obviously not including the CDI ones because fuck the CDI ones, I'm not playing those. Yet. I just wanted to do a small review video on this and the rest of them to tell you whether the games are still worth playing and they hold up to decent standards. And by decent standards, I mean my standards, because my standard is the gold opinion and nobody can argue against it, and if you try to, you're fucking wrong. So here it is, a review of The Legend of Zelda by my standards. Load up the game, get my map ready that tells me exactly where everything is, because fuck playing this game without a map. Just look at Ganon's dungeon. You tell me how you can understand this. And this is a cheat sheet. Imagine trying to do this with no help whatsoever. I would just come in here, I'd bomb every single wall, write it down on graph paper, then I would leave, get more bombs, do the same fucking thing over and over and over again until I had a precise, comprehensive guide of literally every single fucking thing in this dungeon I could possibly do. And that would be the only way that I would know where everything is. But I don't think that's a bad thing. I chose to use a map because I just wanted to get through the game and I wanted to finish it. But there is a huge appeal in the idea of being able to sit down with a friend or your kids or your dog, I don't know, and writing down every single possibility and really like exploring everything and figuring everything out on your own. There's something special about that. And games don't let you do that anymore. They give you every instruction. There's a waypoint here, there's a waypoint there. They got this big ass text on the bottom of the screen that says, go to the place, do the thing. I don't want to do that. That's boring. Let me figure some stuff out. The dungeons are well designed. They have a lot of different types of enemies that make you really think about the way that you have to approach different kinds of rooms, whether you can just skip it, whether you have to beat everybody, whether you have to use a specific kind of weapon against somebody, or whether you need a specific kind of item in order to move forward, or at least to progress in that specific area. Personally, my favorite enemies are Dark Nuts. They're these little guys here with the sword and shields, and they walk around aimlessly, and you can only attack them from the sides or the back. You can't attack them from the front, because if you try to attack them from the front, they'll stab you in the face, and you can't do any damage to them. The game does give you all the tools that you need in order to discover all of the different ways that you can progress forward. Except for this weird dude that wants meat for some reason, like, bitch, how the fuck was I supposed to know that? Isn't that a bad guy? Why am I helping him? And since I'm already loud, why does the game only have 3 tracks? Yeah, the first one's fire, but about 6 hours listening to the same thing, no matter what it is, you're gonna wanna rip your hair out. There's a lot of thinking that's involved in going through every single room in a dungeon. One room just might have these blobs for some reason, which are really good item drops. And they become really, really easy the later you get in the game. So when you're going through a dungeon and you need more bombs to bomb more stupid fucking walls, you can just find a room with a bunch of slimes in it and you can try to farm some bombs off of them. Then some rooms, they have these spike things in the corner where whenever you cross their line of sight, they come at you. Whoa, better be careful there, buddy. But it's not just that. They might throw another enemy in a room that's really, really hard to avoid. So it forces you to play inside an even more restricted area. Or you can use that space, but as long as your reaction time is good enough to stay out of their way or to time it properly. You want story? Well, I'll give you a story. The Legend of Zelda is our story about who's out to collect all 8 pizza slices so he can get invited to Ganon's party and take a shit in his potted plants. I mean, there really isn't a story. You just kind of show up, you see a cave, you walk in it, and you get a sword. That's it, really. Now, I'm not gonna cover every detail that I like and dislike about this game. I still have a lot of other Zelda games to play and review, and the more I get into those other games, the more I'll explain what my likes and my dislikes are. But keep in mind this game is old. It might be hard to keep your attention now. But if you're into it, it's definitely worth a playthrough. Yeah, it's dated, but the fun in this game comes from the challenges you set yourself. You probably can't tell from this clip, but this is the exact point in the game where I had the most fun. And you can tell because I was so into beating this room, I didn't even notice I could just walk past everyone and continue on. You hate Dark Nuts so much in Zelda 1. They're alright. It's a good enemy. I had a lot of fun just now. I didn't need to kill all those guys. I wanted to. And really, isn't that what games are all about anyway? You do something because you want to, not because you have to. The reason why Breath of the Wild was so successful was because it improved upon the initial tone that this game set 30 years before it. Do what you want, when you want. Look up a map, make your own. Play the dungeons in order or out of order. It's your world to explore, and it's your choice on how to conquer it. Which is why I think this game is better than when it came out. Except these guys. Fuck these guys! Thanks again for watching, I really appreciate it. I just want to make a quick shout out to Retro Game Stream for letting me use some of their footage in order to make this video. And please give me a follow on Twitch. It'll really help me be able to make more of these videos in the future, which I really want to. I mean, I'm probably going to do them anyway, but